Hey everybody, today we are going to be going through and taking a deep dive to learn how to add things in Excel. This is a deep dive video, meaning it's going to be a little bit more in depth, a little bit slower. If you're looking for a snappy, fast answer, make sure to check out the In a Nutshell series on how to add, which will tell you how to do everything that I'm going through right now, but at a little bit of a faster pace. The first way to add things in Excel is simply by highlighting any group of numbers that you can find. So you can see here, I've got a data set of various items. I've classified them by type, either clothing or food, and then I've got 3 stores that they're sold at, and they're all sold at a different price at each store. So if I go in, and let's just say that I put the cursor on H5, and I'm going to drag it down this entire column to H8, you'll notice in the bottom right of my screen, it's automatically taking the sum of all of the numbers. So obviously I've shown you that this is true if you go down a column, but you can also go across rows the same way, and you can see that the sum is updating as we go. Or you can do a combination of the two, and it'll give you the entire data set that's highlighted. You can also hold Command if you're on a Mac, or Control if you're on a PC, and then click various cells to just highlight certain values. And again, it's going to be adding up whatever is highlighted in the bottom right of your screen. The second way to add things in Excel is by manually typing in exactly what you want added. So I'm going to write in a total here just to kind of organize the data. And then in the cell to the right, it doesn't matter where you put it, I'm going to start manual arithmetic to get out the total sum. So to do this, you go in and you type equals, and then you're going to click on the first cell that you want added. You can see when I clicked on that, it automatically put the cell name into the cell where I want the total to appear. I'm then going to type a plus and then click on any other cells that I want added together with pluses in between until I have all the values that I want added. And then when I finally have all the information that I want, you simply hit enter and it will calculate the total for you. The third way to add things in Excel, and this is really starting to use the program more efficiently than the first two methods, is by using the sum function. So to do this, like any function, you're going to go into the cell that you want the total to appear in, and you're going to type equals sum, and then open up the parentheses. And what this does is it tells Excel that this is a function, and Excel starts talking back to you and saying, hey, this is what I need. And what I mean by that is when you open up the parentheses, you can see in blue here that Excel is asking you for number 1, comma, number 2, comma, and then so on. So what that's saying is it wants you to select the values and then separate them by commas. So the simplest way to do this, but not the most efficient, would be to click every cell that you want and separate it by commas. And then when you get done with that, you can close the parentheses and hit enter, and you can see that it gave you the same value that it did before when we did it manually. Now you might be thinking to yourself, that's no different than the previous method, and you'd be right. But in actuality, you're never going to use a sum function by separating every value by commas. I'm going to go back to just my sum function with an open parentheses, and I'm going to show you a way to use it more efficiently. So I want Excel to give us the value of this entire column, but I want to do it in a way that's advantageous over the manual typing method. So what I'm going to do is click the top cell in the column that I want added together. I'm going to do a colon, and then I'm going to click the bottom cell in that column that I want added together. Once I do this, I'm going to close the parentheses and hit enter, and you can see that Excel gives us a total of the entire column with much less work on our end. I'm going to go back into my function here, and I'm just going to click into the text on this top bar so that you can see what's going on. Whenever you use a colon in Excel, it's going to stretch and highlight between the two values that I specify. So you can see here I put in H5 and H8, and Excel has gone in and they've highlighted across those two columns. Now you're not limited to only going down a single column. If I were to change the H8 here and just manually type in I8, you can see that Excel is now dragging it from the first point down to the last point the exact same way, but it's a longer, bigger data set than before. Of course, you could do this as far as you wanted, and I can even put an N here, and it's going to stretch it beyond that way. One trick that's really important to note using the sum function that again makes this advantageous over just manually putting in the information is that if you wanted to highlight an entire row or an entire column like J, you've got two options. One, you could do exactly what we just did, click the first value, colon, and then the second value, and you've totally highlighted it, right? Or if you want to do the entire column, we're going to get rid of the numbers that we just put in. So I'm going to type J colon J. And then I'm going to close the parentheses and hit enter. Going back into the formula right here, you can see that it's highlighted the entire column, including areas that don't have values in them. And you might be thinking to yourself, why is this advantageous, or why is this different than the previous thing that we just did? So I want you to focus right now on the total that we have put here. When I go in and I start adding more values into the J column, you'll see that the total is automatically updating. So this is a super useful method, and it's a super useful strategy to use, because if you have a spreadsheet where you're documenting expenses or you're documenting, income or anything like that, and you don't want to constantly be rewriting these formulas, by having a formula set up that's anticipating information that hasn't yet been entered, you're going to save yourselves a lot of time. The last way to add things in Excel is probably the most complex. We're going to use the SUMIF function. So to do this, we're going to go to the same total cell that we just specified, and we're going to type in equals SUMIF with an open parentheses. We're going to back up for a minute, and I'm going to explain to you when you would use the SUMIF versus just the sum. So I talked about earlier that we've got this spreadsheet set up, and we've separated every item as either clothing or as food. And let's say that we wanted to get the total of just the items that are clothing, and we didn't want to need to manually go in and manually select that ourselves. That's when you're going to use the SUMIF function. Essentially, you want to do it when you want to be specific about what you're adding and not just blindly add everything within the spreadsheet. Going back to our formula, similar to before, because it's a function, when you do the open parentheses, Excel's going to give you hints on what it's asking for. Here you can see that it's asking you for the range, the criteria, and the sum range. Most of the time, when Excel is asking you for things like this, it makes little to no sense. So I'm going to break down what each of these things means. So I want you to think about the information that it's asking for in three different sections. Range means give me the total area that you want me to work with. And what I mean by that is I want you to include both the area that you're going to have Excel exclude information from and what you're going to have Excel add the information from. So in this case, and it's going to make more sense in a second, we're going to highlight both the type of item that it is and the price that we want it to add. So in this example, we're going to say just add from store one. Now, it gets easier from here because the next two things that you need to do is specify the criteria and the sum range. And both the criteria and the sum range are going to be in the information that we just highlighted. So the criteria specifically is, what do you want Excel to look for? In this case, I'm going to type in clothing, and I'm going to put it in a quotations. And the reason I'm doing quotations is because if you ever want Excel to look for something that's text, you need to put it in quotes so that it knows that it's a text that it's looking for. In the event that you were specifying it by a certain number or something like that, you could just do just the value without any quotations around it. But here we wanted to specify just the clothing, which is a text, so we're going to put it in quotes. And then that leaves us with just the sum range. And what Excel is asking for here is, okay, if I find clothing in column G, what do you want me to add? And the answer to that question is we want it to add column H. And whenever you're doing column H, you can just go ahead and highlight the entire area. You don't need to worry about doing the area that's just clothing. From here, we're going to close the parentheses and hit enter. And you can see that Excel has given us the total value. The last thing that I want to go through here is kind of combining concepts of what we just learned. So I'm going to move the total cell over to the left so it's away from all of the information. And I'm going to type in equals SUMIF. And this time, rather than doing just this limited box, from G5 down to H8, I think it is, I'm going to highlight all of G and all of H, which we know to do using the colon. So G colon H. For the criteria, I'm going to say that we're still looking for clothing, and I'm going to type comma. And for sum range, I'm just going to do all of column H so that it highlights the entire column, not just that little box in the table that we were looking for before. I'm going to close the parentheses and I'm going to hit enter. And again, that shoots out $34, which is what we had before. But now I want to take it a little bit further. Let's just say that we had employees and we wanted them to add in what the sales were. So I'm going to type in pants, clothing, and let's just say that we sold it for $100. You can see here that it automatically added up to 134. It added 100. Now let's just say that we sold a taco and it's food, and we also sold it for $100, right? That part is exactly the same. I'm going to hit enter, and you can see that the total over on the left dropped down that $100. And the reason it did that is because Excel is going through the data. It's looking for both clothing and the total. And since that clothing parameter that we set in the criteria was not met, it's not going to add it, which is super helpful.
Thanks for watching. If anything didn't make sense or if you have any questions, feel free to put a comment down below. It's a brand new channel, so I respond to everything right now, and I hope to keep that going. That's all I got. Thanks again for watching.